Now you want to start the hair, once again, with the white. And this is basically putting all the highlights in. The first thing we do is pick out all the highlights that we want to bring forward, and then everything else can work around that. Now she's got lovely curly hair, so let's really go overboard with this. Now we can put light back in, but it's really a good idea to have the pattern and the style worked out before you start. If you're following my picture, then you just follow what I've done. Now, being blonde hair, obviously we're going to have the yellows, but we really want the ivory, as another tone. And that goes everywhere. The white didn't, but it can go on top of the white as well. And around the back here is going to be a little darker. Okay, now the next colour we're going to use will be the yellow. You've got to be careful with this. This is a really strong colour. If you put too much on, so we'll just put a little bit on to start with. And see how we get on with it. And I think I'm going to blend it. And now 186. Now you notice I'm not doing a lot of talking, because something like this is really tricky and you have to concentrate. Now I say, this is the area where there is a lot of shadow. There's a little bit more over here. Right, colour shaper again. Oh, a couple of things I didn't do. I didn't come down here. And I think that's quite endearing, particularly as we can use the darker colour in a minute to set off the face. Right. Ordinarily, when I was doing anything, certainly portrait work, I'd use a lot more pencils, but I've tried to restrict that here because I think the least pencils I use, the easier it is for you to understand how this is all working. And it's working very well with the colours I've got. But we want a darker colour now in a minute. But you follow the same idea when as you started out by using the pencils and swing them this way and that, well, you do the same thing with the colour shaper. Now I think that looks really pretty like that. We could leave it like that, but we're not going to. We've got to make some more, put some more depth in. And this is 283. Now this is where we want to be just a little bit more careful, because now we're going to be really committing ourselves. So, but you can see as I go along, you could not do it. Really pretty. Now, colour shaper once again. You don't want to destroy what you've just done. So just lose some of the harsh edges. Now, what you could ask me, what if I haven't got one of those, Colin? What could I do? Well, you can still do it. You can either use a colour shaper blender, paper blender maybe, or if not, you can go over with the lighter colours, which I'm going to do in a minute. But the colour shaper really does make an amazing difference. Now that looks really pretty, doesn't it? Right, and now we can now go back in with the colours we used before. We now know what we're using and how we're using it now. Yellow can come back in, but not all over, just in spots, to highlight the colour. I wouldn't use the ivory, I don't think, again, but you can use the white. I've got a sharper white here. I think that looks really nice. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've thoroughly enjoyed doing it. I always do with portrait work, and I've got two others, at least two others to come. So one with brown hair and one with red hair. So watch out for them. I'll of course see you soon. Bye for now.